we can go around in a circle like a roundabout and just keep hitting the same one. Like with a roundabout, we can exit at many different points. And we don't have to sit there and do this. But a lot of times in our lives and in our compulsion, we are just going around and around, and there's this huge pothole, and we're hitting it, and we're hitting it, and we're hitting it. And where this comes from is kind of a lot of people struggle with this, by the way, is that we know there's an issue, but it's like you have to then make a change. Like there has to be an active shift in what you're doing, right? So like an example is if like I can be out of shape, I can be unhealthy, I can be told I have heart issues, and it's like this really sucks, I hate it. But what am I doing about it, right? Am I going to the gym, right? Like there has to be an action, and it's kind of silly, but if we want something to change, we have to change something, right? If we want something to change in our lives, we have to change something. So my point of saying that is that we can do a little bit or we can do a lot. So when we encounter a pothole that we're hitting, guys, it requires a change, and oftentimes not a little bit of adjustment, right? Because it's something we're continuously hitting. And we have to ask ourselves, why am I continuously hitting? And this is where my three things come down. There's three things that should happen if there's a slip up. And this is true in your everyday life too, gentlemen. This is not just around compulsive behavior. So here's the deal. Here's the things. When we hit a pothole in life, in your compulsion, whatever, in your relationship, what happened? Why did it happen? And the most important, what am I going to do to make sure that it doesn't happen again? Right? We may do the first point, right? We do the part where it's like, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to try harder. Okay, but there's no plan. Where's the intentionality? Right? Like, I'm not even going to go into that roundabout. I'm going to steer clear of that roundabout as a whole. Right? I'm not even going to go, well, I'll just veer to the left a little bit. Nope. I'm going to avoid that roundabout. And if I have to add 20 minutes to my drive to avoid it, so be it. Right? That's what we're talking about, where we're going, okay, I've got to make sure that I am not doing the same thing and expecting different results, right? So a lot of times we can do like, oh, what happened? Why did it happen? Right? And those are important. We want to understand the why if we're hitting potholes in our life. But super important, what am I going to do? Right there, what am I going to do to make sure that does not happen again?